Hello, everyone. Lesson 14. This lesson cuts right to the chase. There's no more beating around the bush. Here's the lesson. God did not create a meaningless world. Lesson 14. God did not create a meaningless world. The idea for today is, of course, the reason why a meaningless world is impossible. What God did not create does not exist. And everything that does exist exists as He created it. The world you see has nothing to do with reality. It is of your own making, and it does not exist. How do you decide what to focus on? Think about it. There are billions of things that you could focus on in any given moment. Whether it's internal thoughts, past experiences, future worries, what you see, what you don't see but you want to see, what's happening in the world, in every part of the world, what's happening in your family, what's happening in your work. You could focus on anything. How do you decide what to focus on, and how much power does that decision have on how you see your reality? So much of what you don't focus on no longer is part of your reality. How do you know it actually exists? With that said, there is such a thing as shared illusion. In most religions, most philosophies, there is the concept of illusion, the illusion of the world, Maya, the idea that we may be living in a simulation or the Matrix, the idea that life is but a dream. So let's talk about that last concept, because the course actually goes in depth in future lessons about this idea that the analogy of the dream state is very, very similar to what is actually happening to us at all times. That there is a correlation there. In the dream state, we project from our own mind a world that we see, and we try to give it some type of order and meaning in our dream state, but we don't know that we're dreaming. We're not awake. So we have characters that are in our dreams as external objects that are part of our internal projection or world. Our parents, for example, may exist in our dream, but when we wake up from the dream, we realize that our parents had no actual part in the dream. They could not affect the dream. So if you woke up and you had a nightmare, and you woke up and you were a child and it was a very, very scary nightmare, you wake up and you say to your father or to your mother, "Why didn't you come to rescue me? Why did you let me have this dream? Why did you let these things happen to me in this dream?" What would be the answer of your parent? "I was not in your dream. Your dream was not real. Here you are." That would be the answer. So consider the concept of what happens when we're actually dreaming, and what is happening with our own consciousness in that state, and what happens when we wake up from the dream and realize that we never left our bed. In A Course in Miracles, it states that we never left heaven, but we're having a dream of separation, and to experience life as we see it, and to make decisions and choices and learn from it. Our soul evolves through the experience that we have in the incarnate state. I know that's tough to take in. I recognize that. But the exercise itself, it's a tough one, is closing your eyes and thinking about all the horrors that you are aware of in this world. The wars, the plane accidents, the storms, all of the horrors, and stating, God did not create this war. God did not create this plane crash. God did not create any of the horrors. God did not create a meaningless world. I realize that this concept is very difficult to accept. I recognize that. But I encourage you to hang in there with the possibility that there may be something else going on in the appearance that we have of this world. That things may not be as they seem, and that the role that we play as the observer, as the one that chooses what to focus on, the one that chooses how to interpret what we focus on and what we see and the meaning that we give it, may be part of an illusory world that we will wake up from to see the world as God sees it. That is lesson 14. We'll go deeper into this concept. God did not create a meaningless world.